Okay, so remember the Citroën C3 that I done the injector cleaner on? Been a few days, but it's come back with a vengeance. It has got a lot worse. Let's give it a little rev up. It sounds terrible. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here is we're going to get this off, and yeah, people will say, oh, you don't need to take the injectors out, do a leak off test. I'm not going to bother doing a leak off test. The car's running way too rough, and I know it's definitely a fueling issue. I'm going to pull the injectors out, so they're counted 4, 3, 2, 1 in that direction. I'm going to pull these out. I'm going to bring them down to someone who's got the proper equipment to put them on a bench test and give me a proper report of what these injectors are doing. So basically on the top here you got little tabs that you can pull up like that, and we can pull the leak off pipes up. There's a few bubbles on that one. Now they've actually made this engine a little bit more difficult to work on in the lines that it's you can't remove the injectors without removing first the airbox. I've never done one before, but I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, right, the airbox needs to come off, rocker cover needs to come off before we can access the bolt clamps or injector clamps. So first I'm just going to open that. Okay, so there's a few little clips here. We're just going to use a trim tool to remove these wire and harness clips. 13mm on here. Get these open. Okay, now should have done this one first really. The airbox can't come out without taking off the top, so we're going to need to separate it, and we'll take it out all in one piece. So I'm mixing my words up as well, so not all in one piece, I mean separate it into 2 pieces, so then we can get it out. So we can take the top out, then we can get the bottom section out with a bit of a wiggle. There we go. Okay, now that airbox is out, I think the next step I'm going to do is to unplug the injectors from here. Just get your finger under there, push back basically. Oh, we've got a little orange tab there that's in the way. That's it. That's it. Got all 4 of them out. Okay, so now I've got most of this cabling out of the way. I think we can just start to get out these bolts here, which are 8mm bolts. So size 8mm. Get that around there so you can see it. There we are. So I'm just going to go ahead and buzz all of these out. Got a few around the back, all the way along. So it doesn't look like it's too difficult a job really to get this off. Even though the older ones you could get them out without removing the rocker cover. Now there's a bolt here, and this little tab is holding the rocker cover down. What a stupid design. So it just means you gotta maybe take all of this apart before you you feel like just breaking this off, but you might break the obviously the plastic. But what a stupid design. Like why have that sit over the top? Now I can't remove the rocker cover without first taking all of this off. It's only a couple of bolts, but still it shouldn't be necessary. Okay, I take that back. That one bolt out, and this does twist. So I was expecting we had to take these off, and the little bit of a fiddly one around the back there. So yeah, it's not too difficult. But still, you know, why do they? You think sometimes, why do they make stuff like that? We loose. A couple of these are still catching slightly. There we go. That one. Need to hold that back. The wire and loom is catching on it. We've got a breather pipe here, or a vacuum pipe. Right, we have that off. Just check that all of the gaskets have come off with it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, now someone's had these out before. 4, 3, they've counted them in the wrong direction, because that is actually number 1, and then well, we're just gonna have to leave them like that. So I'm gonna count them from that order now, so I don't get myself confused. We're gonna count them 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, so we're just removing the clamps. We've undone these bolts that hold the injectors down. Clamp bolts. Removing the clamps. Now, if you're doing injectors, it's always best to replace. You don't have to replace the clamps, but replace the bolts and replace the washers and replace the little rubber gaskets that go here around these. Right, so now let's see how hard these are to come out. Looks like they've been out before, so they shouldn't be too difficult. So I'm just removing the fuel lines here, the high pressure fuel lines. These are already loose, so they should just come off by hand. Okay, that one is immediately loose. Now it's a bit worrying that it looks like these have already been out recently, so it's possible these injectors are okay, but we're going to get them tested. So they're all just coming out nice and easy. Okay, so they have all come out except this one. It's not moving. Just going to try and give it a little persuasion there. I can remove the top, get an injector puller on there, slide hammer, but I'd rather not take this off. We're just going to try and give it a little bit of a wiggle around, see if we can get it out without using the slide hammer first. Just going to give it a little wiggle left and right. We should be able to loosen it up. This is the only one that's seized, and it looks to me like this one hasn't been out before, and it looks like it's the only one that hasn't got markings on it. So I'd suspect that this is the injector that's causing the issues. Okay, I've managed to wiggle that free. The copper washer hasn't come out, so it must be down there hopefully. Yeah, this injector hasn't been out. Definitely hasn't been out before, this one. So I'd imagine that someone's pulled these out before, but because this one was a little bit extra tight, they probably said, oh, we'll just test these 3. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to use this tool to try and retrieve the copper washer that is down there. So there we go, we've picked that up. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see, but it looks like number 2 has got, it's full of diesel. Cylinder 2, if we're counting from the left, yeah, this will be, let's just get a camera down there. Definitely diesel floating in there. Number 1, can't really get it down fully, but is that metal in there? Looks like we've got metal in cylinder 1. Not sure if that's metal, it looks like it. Let's just turn the engine over, see what comes out. Okay, so quick finish up on the C3 is we've just put everything back together, the injectors back in. The vehicle has now gotten worse, it won't even start. Of course, whatever was loose in cylinder 4 has literally now shat itself, so be the end of the story on that. Yeah, so see you on the next video.